So when I first saw you, I just thought to myself, there's a dude who's got it all together.
You thought so? At the coffee shop?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was sitting like behind you from the side,
Yeah.
maybe like 5 meters or something. And I saw you with that really hot chick. And I just thought,
Yeah.
actually, I'm not gonna lie, I saw the chick first.
Obviously, we're meant.
Yeah, of course. Right. And then, I was recording a video
Yeah.
and I saw you and I saw her and I thought, well, that's like Team Thunder right there.
I think so, yeah. But you know what? And that's why I came up to you, because I saw you were filming. If you were not filming, I would probably didn't come to you. But then, I've been trying to post for like maybe 3 months, just like myself, like no editing, no fancy things. And so I don't know. I thought, I saw all the equipment and everything, and I was like, oh, that guy looks nice, I'll go up to him.
It is like a certain mindset when you see someone in a field that you want to engage in and you see someone
Yeah.
you believe is ahead and you actually approach and you do something with it, because I don't think most people would have, but you actually walked up to me. So that was a members only video in case. So I think I should say that in case people watch and think like he's full of shit, if you couldn't find a video. Well, that's a
Yeah.
members only video. So
When you say members only video, what is this about?
like I have a members only on the YouTube, so it's
That's nice.
it's basically a support system for them. So if they want to support me, they can join the members only. They pay a little bit to me every month.
That's very nice.
So and I give them, so they can see the videos ahead in time, so they get a little bit of a
That's
start.
nice, bro.
So usually a couple of days before, because everything takes a little bit of time to
Yeah.
make. So usually, and also I make videos a little bit ahead of time because stress relief. I'm very
Yeah.
type A personality. I get stressed if I.
Yeah, you see, when I first started, like even now, since I'm in Vietnam, it's less because I can do more content, I guess. But when I was at home and I was like focusing on one video per day, and I had to do like I was waking up and I had no video for today, so I had to do one video each day for the same day. It was like really stressful,
Yeah.
because sometimes you don't have the idea and now you think too much, you overthink, and then you film, it's not going like as you want.
Yeah.
And then you end up, sometimes I was ending up, like it happens maybe 2 or 3 times, no video in a day. So you see, it's like, it's bad. So now I'm trying to like, just filming everything I say.
Yeah.
And at some point I'll find something nice to post,
Yeah, exactly. Usually, I find that creativity comes to me when I leave some space open. So if I have a fixed schedule and I don't really have any free time, there's no room for the creativity to come to me. But if I just leave a couple of hours free one day and I have nothing to do, usually things come to me and then I write it down, because usually you don't get one idea per day. You get a couple of days with no ideas, then you get one day with
Yeah,
like a bunch of them.
it's true, bro. It's exactly like you say. Sometimes you're like motion, full of idea, and sometimes, bro, you have to look for it, and then I scroll, to maybe find something that pops up in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you approached me, you told me that you're an investor.
Yeah, so basically I've been trying to get off the hole with the day trading stuff for 5 years now, and I can say that this year 2025 is probably like the first year, and not since January, maybe a bit later, that I can really like live off of it. I wouldn't live, like in Vancouver or like a really like expensive city, but here in Vietnam, it's not a stress for me if I don't make money for a week or two, so I don't have to think about it. I'm just going with the flow. I've been really putting the work in my training, my discipline, my routine, and I can see it in my trading.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to focus on that, like myself, and then the training and the money comes with it. So I'm not
Yeah.
thinking about it. I think.
That's very similar to me, because I've been trying to kind of break free,
Yeah.
from the matrix or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to call it. Basically, in my opinion, the way I see it, matrix is like the traditional government system where
Yep.
everyone will succeed to a different degree as long as you stick to the plan that society lays out for you.
Yeah.
But you're kind of limited, because if I make an improvement or you make an improvement or you figure something out, maybe you could double your income. But
Yeah.
there's no way to do that within the matrix. You're gonna get.
It's kind of impossible.
Yeah, exactly. So once you're free from that system, you can actually if I 10x my views, I 10x in my income.
Mm-hmm.
And that's completely different. So why did you choose to start choose the trading?
Honestly,
Trading.
bro, at that point, I think the first move I made was super dumb, because I was 18. No, I just turned 19 years old, and I was a salesman. I was selling a used car in a Honda dealership, and bro, I was making really good. You know, I was at my parents' house still. I was making between 8 to 10 grand a month,
Damn.
like clear money. You know,
That's
and
fucking
at
good.
19 years old, that's a lot of money. And because I passed from a busboy in a restaurant to a car salesman, and bro, I was making like 100 times the money I was making.
Yeah,
And
I mean, that's crazy numbers.
yeah. At 19 years old, I was really good. And at that time, like the first few months were like normal months, and then the COVID came up, and I don't know what happened. Maybe with like all the like the stimulus checks, the money, like the free money from the government in the COVID. I think the people were like, oh, I have like money for free, and I want to spend. And the cars were not more expensive, but the margin profit was bigger.
Oh.
And bro, I'm not joking. I was in my room, 19 years old, bro, playing video games. And I had a phone from the job,
Yeah.
like a second phone. And I was taking all the phones up.
Yeah.
And I'm really good at the phone, and I'm good like to interact with people like straight on the phone. And bro, I was selling maybe 1, 2, sometimes 3 cars per day from my room.
That's crazy, man.
So sometimes bro, I was playing like, I don't know, like Call of Duty or GTA. And then I was making, I don't know, like $2,000 in my day from my place.
That's crazy, man.
And then, and then COVID ended up. I stopped working in the dealership because that's what happened. So you asked me about why the trading stuff, and I was still selling cars, and I saw a guy on Instagram, like the guru thing with the big cars, Dubai thing.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, okay, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but I was still like cautious a bit because I'm the type of people that get excited really quickly,
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
when I see something I like or that like joins my thing, like my thinking, I'm like, okay, let's go,
Yeah.
And I learned from that because I've lost a good amount of money in those type of errors, let's say. And so whatever, I took my time and then I started making research about trading and blah. But why the first thing that interested me about that is that I could make money from anywhere, And since I'm super young, bro, I'm born in Belgium. I grew up in Canada. So taking flights, to go like around, I'm used to that. And I like to go around. I like to travel. I like to discover new things, to talk with strangers. I'm super open, with people. And so I wanted to find a way. Even before selling cars, when I was at school, I thought myself like, I need to find a job where I can either travel for that job or a job that allows me to work from everywhere, like a remote job. But when I was, let's say 5 years ago, remote jobs were not super popular, It came up after COVID when everybody was like remote and everybody saw like, oh, we don't need to move to work. We can stay at home or whatever. So I was looking around for these type of things. So when I saw trading, bro, my mind went crazy about like on it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm quitting my job. I'm going full-time trading, and like I'll go for it because I had the chance to stack out of money because the COVID was on, so I wasn't able to go out. So all the money I was making, with the cars,
Yeah.
I was stacking up.
Oh, so you were stacking up on a lot of money living at home.
Exactly, and I was at my parents' place, so I had no expenses.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't paying any rent. The only thing I was paying was like my phone, and I think even at that time I was making 10K a month, and my dad was still paying my phone, bro.
Yeah, so like at that time it does make sense because I started like I'm not in the money game, if you put it that way. I'm in a different chase, a different field. But of course, money is interesting. When I started researching money a couple of years ago, usually I tend to research things for a pretty long time before I actually get into the game. And I found out about, people make it sound like you cannot fail if you invest. Like, yes, you invest in the S&P 500 and when you're a certain age, you're gonna have a lot of money. But then what I found out is, well, it takes a long time because it's an exponential curve. So if I start investing now, I may be rich when I'm 60. But what up until then,
Yeah, and my opinion about that is that, when people say it's safe, it's never safe because a crash can happen anytime. Like right now, and you see, I don't know if you check a little bit about it, but there's an actual crash at the moment. People are like jumping off cliffs and bridge, bro, because crypto is crashing, and we see many memes, about like the amount of requirements for workers at McDonald's and stuff like that, like the crypto bros,
Oh, okay, I bet that's kind of, in my opinion, that's a little bit like, okay, if someone jumps off a building because they lost money during a crash, isn't that like the opposite type of person who should be investing? Because like
definitely.
investing, you should be like a cold motherfucker, if I
Yeah,
get it right.
100%.
And if you're emotional and you jump off a building, maybe you went into the wrong field.
Obviously, bro, that field, honestly, the investing field is really for really like small amount of people. Even me, bro, after 5 years, I'm still sometimes a big pussy. Sometimes, bro, I'm choking out on small positions. Sometimes I do crazy stuff. Sometimes I lose. Sometimes I win. But even after 5 years, bro, the like the big guys in that industry, they've been trading for like 40, 50 years. They went to university in finance. They did master degrees. Bro, I came out of elementary school, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit retarded, you know? And so all I want to do is make money from my computer. And I think I can beat those guys like easily. Nah, no chance. So.
But usually that's like what's needed as a kid. You need to think you can beat those guys because, you know, you need to be like, learn a little bit, think you know everything, and then just attack. Because if you understand the levels to the game from the beginning, you're gonna be so disencouraged, you're never gonna go for it. Like when I started building muscle, if I would have understood the levels and understood like how few people actually get to even look like a bodybuilder no matter what they do. Like there are so many people like, and for a while I thought that like for me when I build muscle, you know, of course, you know, some guys are taking steroids, some are not, and I thought that I could tell who was taking steroids until I reached a point on my social media where a bunch of guys reach out to me, and I see, you know, the people have been taking gear for 10 years, and I think like, hey, that guy might as well have been natural, and he's been pushing doses and doing everything, going hardcore. So it's like you need to be a little bit delusional when you start out, I think.
Yeah, you need to, and honestly, being delusional is not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing because this is what will like drive you. But the problem is that if you are delusional, but you're not, let's say, intelligent, like cautious about the risk and like what can happen in the worst case, and you're like only delusional and about like the positive way, and then you have high expectation and na. Bro, if you hit a wall, like especially in trading, these walls hurts, bro, because you can, bro. I've seen guys turning, bro, $10 to 6 figures account in crypto,
shit, that's
and blew them in one day.
How?
Like, it happens, bro, because so basically.
But is that basically because the way up is very different from how to stay up?
So basically, everybody in a bull market, when the market is always going up, it's kind of easy to make money because even if you don't know much about it, so you find like, okay, levels to buy, you see people online buying, so you just buy and then you hold. So you go a little bit into drawdowns and then you go up. See, so this is kind of the easy part in crypto. When you buy without leverage and you just buy like spot, so you put money and then you wait like a stock. You know, you put money and then you wait for the crypto or the stock or whatever to go up. So when it's only going up, it's kind of easy. But when the market start to go bearish, so a bear market when it goes down for a few weeks, even few months, this is when the traders are like, okay, it's going down, I'm buying again, and then it keeps going down, and then I'm buying again, keeps going down, and at some point they don't have margin left, so they're fucked, you know.
Oh, so they run out of margins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen guy, bro, and like they turn $10 to $150,000. And now they go crazy. They go to like traveling stuff and everything, and they think they understood everything. And this is what happens because obviously you've been trying, and then now you do like a really good like home run, let's say. But bro, in one day you can fuck up everything if you use like too big of leverage. If it like a crash, a really good crash in one day, it can happen, and you can be swiped up from the market, and then you never want to go back because it's too hurtful.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of pain to that game, you know.
It is, bro.
A lot
There's
of highs
a
and
lot
lows.
of painful moments and like all the other emotions you can think about.
So when you went into because you're actually day trading, if I understand correctly.
Exactly. I'm day trading and trying to keep some like positions to like the longer term.
Yeah, okay. So you're pretty diversified.
Yeah, kind of. But I'm only investing in gold though.
Gold, okay.
I'm 100% on gold.
What do you think about gold compared to Bitcoin?
Honestly, I wouldn't go like into the details because I'm not the one who knows like enough about Bitcoin. But so right now Bitcoin is crashing, people are panicking, and I think this is going to give us like many good buying opportunities. And for gold, yeah, my only opinion about gold is that we're going up. You know, like it's printed in my brain. Like for me, gold is like 5K is going to be super easy. Right now it's around like 4K, 4100. And yeah, the 5K is going to be like a piece of cake for us.
Yes.
So at that point, I'm waiting for dips. I'm buying and I'm holding. You know?
But when you're buying gold, just to be very, very clear for somebody like me who doesn't know much, you're not actually holding the gold in your hands. You have a place where you know you own that gold, but you're not.
Oh, not even. It's really like it's basically we call that like paper gold. So it's like a in the clouds. You know, I'm not really buying gold or physicals or anything. I'm not like buying the reserve. You know, it's really about like betting on the price of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
basically, what provides me that liquidity is that when I take a long, let's say, that means somebody in the market go short, so against me. So that liquidity is like there's someone that provide that liquidity for me. It's called the broker, and the broker gives me like the right to put in and to bet on that market, basically.
Okay. Okay.
So I just put money. I have an account, and then I can risk the money I want. I can secure the money I want. I can do whatever I want. It's not really like regulated, you know.
So like how diversified are you and how much are you like? Because I heard like, now I know nothing about this subject, so I heard it could mean anything, but I heard like day trading is a lot of like luck, you know, like there's no way to predict the market. It's the typical saying.
Yeah, basically, even if you have 100 years of experience, you nobody can predict it, because obviously if someone could, it would be like absolutely wealthy rich, you know, that would be like crazy. So nobody can predict it because there's many things happening in the world, the economy, and you know, I've had a really big drawdown experience. So I went in a big loss because of things like that. So sometimes your analysis are good. It's a game of probabilities, you know. So you try to put the more chance on your side, but even sometimes, even if you think you're right, you could be wrong. You know, you never know, because it's like, I would say there's a people often call that like a gambling thing. It's not really a gambling, because you work to trying to understand what's happening, to feel like what's the sentiment of the like global market and everything. So I would say there's maybe a 10% of luck and 90% of really like deep work, you know.
Okay.
And this is what people don't understand, because sometimes the people think trading is a skill you can learn, like bicycle.
Yeah.
You can learn bicycle, and then it's easy to learn, basically, you know.
But then you know it, you know. Once you know how to ride, you know how to ride.
Exactly. So you know, when you know how to trade, you know how to trade for like forever. But still, even if you know how to trade, sometimes the market can fuck you, because you don't know what's happening. Like I'll give you my example. I was in a short, so I was betting against gold, and everything was right. You know, I was in profit, like 2-3% in profit, and we had the news of you know, Iran and Israel starting the beef. You know, and usually type of like these news are often noise. So we have a move, like a really big spike, and then it comes back, and it comes back to normal.
Yeah.
But not that time, because they keep shooting missiles, you know.
Yeah.
And I went in a really big loss, but I didn't close it. So I just hold my loss, and then it came back. So I'm telling you this just to so if the people are like, oh, it's pure luck, you know, gambling, blah blah, it's not. So yeah, there's settings, like there's stuff that can happen in the world that can change the market, but often it's quick and short term, you know. So you can do really big deep research. You can do the technical analysis. There's many things that gives you confidence about the trade, but even though there's still a 10% of luck, sometimes bad luck. So yeah, you can still lose. Sometimes, bro, you can lose for 30 days in a row, and then you can win for 6 months in a row. It depends, you know. There's no such thing at you know, people saying I have a 90% win rate, blah blah blah. These things I don't really look at these, you know.
No, like I bet anyone can have a good like percentage win rate if they choose their own time period. You know, if they choose from that date to that date,
exactly.
Specifically when everything was going good.
Yeah, I can go in my history and tell you, okay, first week of November I have 100% of win rate.
Yeah.
You know, but then for 2 weeks after that, no trade, because I didn't like have the opportunities, and then the third week after that, only a losing week. You know, It can happen. Sometimes for a month you have good opportunities every day, and then sometimes for a month you don't have anything. And then if you can't control that, if you can't sit on your hands and wait, then at that moment, even if you know how to trade, you'll get washed, because the market doesn't give a fuck if you know how to trade. It really doesn't. So it chooses if there's opportunity or not.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the way I understand it. Short term, there is a lot of luck, but long term, like across longer periods of time, it will actually show up more if you know what you're doing or not.
Exactly. No,
So like short
absolutely
time,
right.
anyone can like screw up or win big.
Yep.
But across time, it's like the casino. Like some days I bet the casino lose a lot of money because some guy in there got lucky. But then across time, the casino always wins. You know,
Yep.
the table always wins, or whatever you say, right? So across time, maybe there isn't. Across time, it may be more clear that it isn't luck. And that's the way I view everything in life. Like someone asked me, like, did I get lucky? If someone asks, I would say, yeah, I got lucky. I also got unlucky, but I make sure that every time I get unlucky, I try to, you know, make the damage as small as possible. And anytime I can see, okay, here's luck, I'm getting luck, I'm trying to feed that luck and make it blow up, you know, as much as I can. Maybe not as close to, you know, in investing, because you're already in with the money. But like if let's say I meet you, right? And turns out you're an investor, like I could do nothing with that, or we can sit down and have an interesting podcast, you know? So I'm feeding my luck right now because I was lucky I met you and I'm feeding it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same for me. So, but I think this is just a way of seeing that we're two great guys that can see opportunities, you know?
Yeah.
Because I came here to level up myself, and I don't have all the stuff you have, you know. I have my phone and that's it. So I make videos of me, but then you see now I'm ended up on a podcast, you know.
Yeah.
Like never I thought myself, okay, I'll go to Vietnam and I'll meet someone to do a podcast. You know?
No,
Never
but
I thought about that.
Grab the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you know, I think we're in some ways, because you're in the money game, I'm not in the money game. So I bet I'm very sure that you're way ahead of me in terms of money. But in terms of social media, which is the game that I'm playing, I'm probably a bit ahead of you. So
Yeah, probably.
So it's also about what game you play, because sometimes I feel like people try to measure success without actually defining what success means. So in Swedish, the word for success is framgång, and it means forward walking. And you can't have success, you can't have framgång, forward walking, without making up your mind on what is forward. So you need to choose your goal, your destination, in order to have success. So like I'm successful in some regards, and in other regards I'm not successful at all, but I chose which field I wanted to play in. And I feel like a lot of people want everything at the same time, and they end up nowhere.
Yeah, but you see what you're saying now with that Swedish word, it's kind of super, it's wise, you know, because I did a video not so long ago about that, and people are not asking themselves why they're doing what they're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think that it's nice to have goals, and sometimes the goals, if you have like a really big goal, like something like almost unrealistic, it's fine, but you need to understand, like, do you have a plan to get there? Because sometimes, okay, I have a goal, yeah, I want to make $100 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do I know all the stuff I have to do? Am I like really aware of like the sacrifice, the plan, the journey, you know, to get there? So, and sometimes people are getting like overwhelmed by the journey, and so they quit.
Yeah, it's like if you have like normal people money, and you say I want to be a billionaire, I'm not sure that person understands the difference between the zeros. You know, like, do they have the perspective of the difference between 100 million and a billion? Can they even see that? Because I cannot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the practical implication and what difference it would make in my life. $100 million to a billion. I cannot see that. That's behind, and I'm not a dumb guy, you know. So for me, it's like I feel like a lot of people are throwing out big goals without really understanding the levels. And like you said, maybe it's too far ahead, and maybe you think you want to be a billionaire and you think it for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but nothing happens because you haven't set up any closer goals to you in the same direction that you can pull towards. Because that goal is so far away. Maybe you just need to say, okay, I want to increase my salary, or I want to, okay, first off, if I'm gonna reach $1 billion, I need to work within a field where that is possible.
Yep.
It is not possible for me as a high school teacher to make $1 billion, right?
100%.
So you need to choose the field, and then you need to set up goals along the way and try to reach those goals, because like I feel like a lot of people don't understand really what they're saying when they set up so big goals. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being delusional, but I do believe that it's not going to help you, because there's no, I can't, like if I, let's say I want to have a 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I do. I have never said that goal out loud, but I do want to have 100,000 subscribers. But I cannot see the road there. Yep. I cannot see what's going to happen there. So like for me, that's more like a direction. But how do I get to 10K? That's the next step, right?
Yeah.
So I can't, like I'm focusing on the 10K and not the 100K, even though I will try to get to the 100K, or I will get to the 100K.
It is actually fine to, so in my opinion, it's good to be delusional. It's good to have a certain goal, but you need to be able to get to that goal with baby steps.
Yeah.
You know. So basically, I've heard that on a reel on Instagram at some point, and I kept that in my mind. So the guy said, like if he was talking directly to me, and he said, I want you to be delusional for the next 6 months. You know, about your goals. But so okay, it's fine to be delusional, but are you able to put in the work? You know.
Yeah.
So okay, let's say I want to move to Vietnam. I want to grow my trading business to let's say I don't know X amount. So I'm delusional, saying like, okay, I'm going to Vietnam, taking the flights, bam bam. You know, I'm going like crazy with my ideas.
Yeah.
But am I crazy on the gym? Am I crazy on my routine? I need to go, if I want to go like fast and delusional, I have to be fast and delusional in all my habits. You know.
Yeah. Like,
and this is what people don't do. So they get delusional with like crazy goals. But then it stops there, you know.
Yeah.
They don't go like crazy or push harder in something they're already doing, or they maybe they know they have to do something and they're not doing it, which is worst. So in my idea of being delusional, it's fine, but you need a plan and you need to be able to be delusional in your habits as well if you want to get that delusional like price. You know?
Yeah, it needs to match. The way I see the big goal, I don't see it like, if I say I want to reach something that's really, really big, I see it more like a direction. So I can say I want to have 100,000 subscribers. Do I give a shit if it's 80,000 or if it's 120? No, not really. I don't really give a shit. But it's a direction in which I'm going, and it's a big goal because I don't want to have any limiting beliefs. Now, as a kid, I was doing skateboard, okay, for a while.
Me too.
Yeah,
I did.
And I dropped into the ramp, you know, so I was dropping in. So there was the small ramp and there was the big ramp. And I could drop down the small ramp, but I couldn't drop into the big one. And it was really scary. And I just thought to myself, hey, why haven't anyone invented a ramp that you can increase with 1 centimeter? Yeah.
See, that's a good thing.
That's what I thought. And of course, I made a drawing of how you could do it and, you know, all of that, but it didn't matter. I wasn't going to do it. But that's the idea. So usually I think that big goal as a direction, you know, but you have to do something, you know, you have to pull the thread. And if you don't start pulling the thread, like for me, some days I may feel like shit and I don't want to edit the video, but I can actually move the video from the camera to the computer. That's fine. And then once I have it on the computer, sure, I can move it into the editing software. I don't need to look at it, I can just move it into the software. Okay, I'll take a look at the first clip. Okay, well, now we're rolling. Oh, what, did that happen? And then I get sucked
you get into the flow, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So usually, like, when you're in a low state emotionally, or you feel weak or whatever, you can usually just start taking the baby steps, and then you will start pulling the thread and you will get
100%.
sucked in. And usually once you're sucked in, you don't even feel like shit anymore. Usually it drags you out of your emotional hole as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you see that ramp example you brought. It's funny because now I'm thinking, you see, so we don't have any ramps that you can move higher every time. So you have to practice on the small one, and then you get used to that one, and then you want to go to the big one, and you can't do it. So what's the solution? You know?
Yeah.
You can't go slowly from that one to that one. It's either you do that one, you keep doing that one, and you feel like a bitch, or you go on that big one, and then this is where sometimes, whatever in business, in your life in general, sometimes you have to take the big leap and you have to jump in. You know?
Yeah.
You might face plant, you know, you might get hurt, but at least you tried, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes, so I think it's a really good example, that RAM thing, you know. People will stay on the small one, so everybody can do the small one, no problem.
Yeah.
but who's ready to go on the big one? And even if you know you might hurt yourself real bad, who's ready to actually do it? Try it.
Yeah. Who's ready to go again once you face plant?
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like that's actually I don't take that much pride in things anymore. But one thing that I feel really really proud of is the fact that I face planted many freaking times. Not only on the ramp, of course I face planted on the ramp as well a couple of times, but like also in life, you know.
Yeah,
Like I've failed so many times. Like when I was a kid in school, maybe first grade or second grade or something like that, I actually went up on stage in front of the whole school and made a fool out of myself, you know, but I tried.
Yeah.
And you know the funny thing that was that apparently all the other kids tried to make it a thing afterwards, but I didn't.
No.
For me, I got past that and I did it again. And I think that once you stop fearing failure and understand that maybe the face plant is a big deal, maybe it hurts, but you can always just go back and try to do it again.
Yeah,
you know, just
exactly.
make sure that the damage isn't permanent. You know.
Yeah, that example of trying again, even if you fail, is you can apply this in every single thing in life. You know, like it's the same thing in sports. I did it in ski. You know, I started skiing after a few years of snowboarding, and I don't know why I felt more ease on the ski. And bro, the third time of my life I was on ski. I did a backflip on the big air.
Holy shit!
Because I knew how to do a backflip on the trampoline.
Yeah.
Then I did a backflip on the floor, and my friend, we were skiing normally, and you know it was not in my head to try that at all. And he just told me, bro, try to do a backflip. You can do it on the floor, so why can't you?
Yeah.
But it's a big air, you know, like you go like 10 feet in the air. And then so I did it on a small one, like the ramp, on a small ramp, let's say. But it was like a small jump, first try, small one, you know.
Yeah.
And then I went on the big one.
Yeah.
And that one, bro, I failed like 3, 4, 5 times before getting it.
Yeah.
But I kept going, you know.
But that's like when he suggested to you, let's do a backflip, and it was like you were still kind of a beginner within the skiing. You know?
Well, I
Like,
was.
that's typically where people will get the limiting beliefs because you knew you could do it on the trampoline, right,
Yeah.
or on the floor. So technically you should have, but it would have been so easy for you to just make it so much bigger than it was. Because you had it in you, you could do it, but you might as well have been like, no, I'm still a beginner, and that like jump in your development or your skill, it's a big, really, really big jump that happened really fast, and I believe that successful people need to do those all the time, because if you're like people don't understand the levels, like the guys up there, they need to make those big jumps all the time in order to ever get there. Like you only have a certain lifespan, you know, within the lifespan you gotta get there. And if you understand the zeros behind the billion, you're gonna understand that you're gonna have to make pretty big jumps pretty frequently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. That you mentioned a thing about damn, I don't remember. I had a super good idea.
That happens all the time. You know, when it comes to content creation, something that I actually figured out in the beginning, I had great ideas, you know, and I was gonna save them to do the perfect moment, you know. Well, sometime into the game, I realized never save an idea. You take it when it comes, because as soon as you put it to work, like you can have the best idea, like, okay, I think that from now on I will pay everything with my finger. Like everything will be on my finger, you know, my print and all that. Yeah, but well, you don't know how to make that reality, right? So like if you can make the idea reality, you go for it immediately, because as soon as you use that idea, you will get an empty spot in your head and you will be able to get something new. So as long as you're holding on to ideas, you're not going to get new ones. So as a content creator, as soon as I get an idea, I try to make it happen. Like I try to make things happen as fast as possible, because in the beginning I was scared I was going to run out of creativity. You don't. Like as soon as you put that idea into work, you have an empty spot and something will come to you.
Yeah, see, you just said when you think you will run out of ideas, this is exactly when you run out, actually. Because I was focused on one video per day, and so I was thinking about the idea. And now, since I'm just, you know, like really just filming whatever I'm saying, obviously sometimes I make 10 videos, and you know, sometimes I have to think while I'm speaking, because I go like, I'm the guy who's I'm talking about something and then I go this way because I said something that brought me another idea, and then I go super far and then I forgot the main idea, which is fine as well. But since I started just to film, and I do whatever I'm thinking and I'm not like planning,
Yeah.
bro, it comes. And when I was doing one video per day, I was really like, it was super hard for me to find the idea and then what to say.
Yeah.
And since I'm not thinking about it, just going with my flow and like what I'm thinking and my like little craziness and whatever, like just myself, bro, I'm rolling and I'm filming so many stuff. And obviously there's a lot of stuff I'm not posting because it's complete shit, But in all those little things I'm doing, sometimes I find something like, oh, that's great,
Yeah, whatever you feel like, I'm not gonna post that shit, put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because TikTok is like the shit machine.
Yeah, you can really like feed it as long as you have anything.
I think TikTok is so difficult. It's so hard for me because I find that the thing, it should be shitty on TikTok for some reason. Like you should like the people are like aggressively speaking about shit, and like really, I hate to say it, but low IQ. Like I think that's the field, the social media platform for lower IQ and bad habits.
But you see, as you tell this, and you told me this, we talked about that maybe earlier this week, and I went on TikTok. So usually I never go on TikTok. I just go on it, I post my video, and then I don't scroll on TikTok, But then I thought about what you said, and I went for a little bit, and actually the best performing videos are the ones that make no sense.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's super, like there's no knowledge, there's no like structure, there's nothing. It's just like pure raw videos, and these are the one that works the most.
Yeah.
See, like they're blowing up, and then you see that guy that put up like a lot of work in the editing and the colors and everything, and it's like casual likes and casual commenting and interaction.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you can post whatever you want on TikTok.
Yeah. I find it, you got to figure out what works for you when it comes to the social media. Like all the things that people recommend, if you ask like ChatGPT or you search on YouTube how to do things, I find that most of those things doesn't apply to me. And it's not because I'm like, oh, I know that's not gonna work. No, I actually tried it and I did it for like time periods, but it's all about understanding your context and your situation, your personality and your audience. Because for instance, now this is gonna sound really weird, okay, but the typical thing that they say that you should engage with your audience, right? You should interact with your audience. And I did that for a really long time. And I got like some comment there, and I was like back on it. And
I was actually like that too.
Yeah.
When I get a comment, I'm like super excited because I'm excited to see like, especially on Facebook, I have like, dads or like, I don't know, like older people, and they get triggered by so many little things, and I think it's so funny, so I like to answer to them.
For me it's not that for me, of course, now it takes, I need to have a moment, like I need to be in the right mood to go in and answer comments. But for me, what I realized is that as soon as I didn't touch it, people felt like they could write about me and not to me. So they could write about me in the comment section. And as long as I didn't like reply and didn't engage with it, the comment section grew. It like grew like crazy. Like people were like going into arguments and everything just grew.
Exactly.
But it started growing when I didn't touch it. And I don't think that's the way it is for most people, but I can recognize it from my upbringing as well. Like when I was younger, people always talked about me and people always knew about me, but they didn't say anything to me. And to me that makes sense. Maybe people are more interested in talking about me than to me. So if I left that alone,
talk about people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard that saying, like the poor like talk about people, the normal people, they talk about things or something like that, and the rich people talk about ideas. I heard this a saying like that. I totally butchered that. No, but it's like talking like the trash talk about people, in my opinion, that is kind of the lower end of,
Yeah, obviously. It is actually, it's actually not a good habit to talk about people. Yeah, I mean, if you bring only good things about people, go ahead, it's good. But usually when people talk about someone, it's not usually positive.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's the fun thing, because like I can learn from anyone. I can learn from Hitler, you know, I have no problem. I can learn, you know. It doesn't mean I'm a Hitler fan, of course not, you know.
Yeah.
But like when people were like, I could learn from Andrew Tate. Like I learned a lot from him, and it doesn't mean I'm an Andrew Tate fan. It doesn't mean that I think he's a moral person.
No, exactly. You can take like all the goods from many places, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You can if you're like intelligent enough to filter, because even my close friends or whatever, sometimes they tell me something which is normal. They tell me something and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. And sometimes they say things and I'm like, bro, you're completely delusional. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you should shut the fuck up. But
Yeah.
they're my friends, so I'm not saying that. So you just have to filter. But the problem is that people are so like scrolling and, you know, like they're so deep into that thing that they take everything for cash, you know?
Yeah.
They take everything people say. And I mean, the social media now, in my opinion, is when you can have success by triggering people.
Yeah.
And people are getting triggered so easily now.
Yeah.
That because everything is like is not right to talk about and blah blah, you know.
Yeah.
But whatever. So I find it super funny sometimes when I don't do it that much, but when I do like doom scroll a little bit, I like to check the comment section. It's like the
Yeah.
funniest part, honestly.
But people always check the comment section. That's the thing I realized, and that's kind of the thing that's been bothering me a little bit, because some people say that, like, if you listen to, like, you know who Alex Hormozy is?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So he says like, the hate only hurts if it's true or something like that, and I think no. Well, there is also the part of reputation destruction. So if like I make a video about something, and some like Swedish beta male simp nice guy, you know, writes, a fucking rapist did this and this, but it has absolutely nothing to do. He just called me a rapist, a racist, and whatever, right?
Yeah.
Right. For me, that's so far, like there's that's like just taken from thin air, you know. But for me, people will read that shit and maybe they think that he knows something or that something actually happened. So that it's still reputation destruction, which is kind of bothering.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I get what you're meaning. But honestly, at that point, I think these kinds of people are not like taking that much too serious, you know.
No.
And honestly, on my side, because you're really like about the content creation and stuff, I'm more into like the finance and like day trading. So I do some videos, but honestly, I'm not really thinking about what's happening with that. So I don't have really a plan with it. You know, it's just I'm posting, and at first I was like shy.
Yeah.
So I was trying to to look good, and I was trying to do anything, and then the more I go, the more I get used to the camera, talking in front of it, talking in the street when people are looking at me.
Yeah.
I'm not like the more I do, the less. I mean, the better I'm getting.
Yeah.
And the more comments I get, the more text I get. And at that point, I'm just, you know what? I do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And people can say whatever they want. I don't mind, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm really like I got to a point of like my I don't care isn't big, you know.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to me.
Yeah.
Nothing can bother me.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. And I think when you reach that point, this is exactly where you get like the best content out of yourself, because you just go with yourself, like really like real intensity.
As soon as you start thinking, what are people gonna think about what I'm saying right now, you're gonna put on filters and it's not gonna feel authentic and it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to have that I don't give a fuck thing, you know, going. That's also a part of the reason why I many times don't read the comments, because I don't want to know what people think about me. I rather not. And that's also a big thing that I realized, that for me, now I know most people like clean their place before they make a video and they make sure they look good and all of that. Based on the reaction, now I've taken this game serious for almost 3 years now or something like that. And I noticed that people are so fucking happy every time I look bad. If I make a mistake, people fucking love that shit.
Yeah, and they spot it like straight.
Yeah, they're looking
see.
for, and that's the thing that, like, I'm a warm person now. I'm pretty warm, and I'm warm with my audience and everything. But I know how to be a cold, calculated motherfucker who takes distance and looks at it across 10 years and like see pattern and all of that. And man, I'm just gonna say that like it is. I'm playing the game. As soon as I make a mistake, I make sure I get that on tape.
Yeah,
Exactly. And I'm gonna blow up my mistake, make it look so bad so people can laugh at me so fucking much, because
but this is what people want to see. This is exactly because if it's everything perfect,
yeah,
there's no like catching faces in the videos or whatever. I mean, honestly, I don't know like shit about content creation. I'm not a content creator. I just do videos for. I don't even know why I do it. But I got used to it, and now I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think because I see a little bit on my views when I do something I'm like, oh, maybe I should not post that because I don't feel it's like perfect.
Yeah.
But I post it anyway. These videos are working.
Yeah, those are working.
When I do a video where I'm like, bro, what a good video. Everything was perfect. I look straight. I'm good. Blah blah.
Yeah.
And then this one makes 1,000 views,
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, well, okay,
Yeah, like for me, that like, I try to make sure that if things are going good in my life, I'm gonna tell people because this is also my diary, I journal, I diary, and this is through my YouTube channel. So this is like my life story as well. So when I am successful, I try to get that as well. But I'm really trying to be as humble as possible and kind of make it as well. Okay, things are going well. I'm actually living like a professional YouTuber. That's the dream for like most kids. You ask kids what they want to do. The most common thing is that they want to be a YouTuber. So I'm technically like, I got there in some way, but I try to like make it small, tell the audience, but don't look too cocky.
Yeah,
but if I make a mistake, and maybe I say I screw something up, or maybe I got addicted to weed again, I'm gonna make it this fucking big because that's what people want to see.
Yeah, and like since you talked about it, like you say the young people, all they want to do, like most of them they want to do YouTube or they want to live from something online, and most of them is from content creation. And I would say if you have like people, like younger people watching your videos and stuff, and even that one, they should just start, bro. Because people online these days, everybody thinks young people on internet, they're cute, They're like, oh, it's so cute, and the younger you are, the fastest you start, bro. Imagine if you would have started your YouTube channel at 12 years old.
Yeah, that would have been.
You would be 100K now. You would be,
for
you
sure.
See,
for sure.
And even if you're, I saw that from the guy Togi, the gambler.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, he's funny as fuck.
He's smart. He's playing the game.
Yeah, he is, and he played it really well. And he said on a video that if you think, because whoever you are, whatever you say, whatever is your content, you can be sure that at least 100,000 people will love what you do, because there's so many people on the planet that whatever you do. You're sure, bro, at least 10,000 people will like your stuff for what you are and what you say. Yeah. And these people could buy something from you, So if you want to monetize a product or like start a business from that, you could also do it. Or you can also just make money with the views, because I don't know how it's working on YouTube, but
I could make a lot more money if I flip the switch.
See, so I think, someone that want to start like living off YouTube like you are doing now, and they should just do it,
just get to work, It's not complicated. Of course, you're gonna realize that there's a lot more to it than I thought, but that's like whatever you choose to do, that's gonna be, especially if it's something that everybody else wants to do, A kid wants to be a soccer player, but he's playing it like it's a game. The Zlatan didn't play it like it was a game. He went to that to work every day with a football, right? And that's like the difference. And I believe that some people will actually go and attack it, and some people won't. Now, I want to make very clear also, because I want to go back a little bit and make it clear. Like, I do have a lot of people that actually wants good for me and that appreciate me. So I want to be very clear, and I'm very thankful for those people. Otherwise, it would have been a lot tougher on me. But I do know that there is a big part of the people who watch who feel pleasure or satisfaction when things are going bad for me. So I am playing like the whole game.
Yeah, it is a whole game anyway.
And like you said, if a kid starts when he's 12 years old, he will get a lot of pity points. Yeah. So a lot of people will give him, like, they will encourage him, and they will do. And I find that even like if you're ugly, you're gonna get pity points. Like whatever you have, like that is not technically a good thing. Like maybe you're ugly, maybe you're not smart, like maybe you have some diagnosis of some sort, like you have diabetes and you make that a thing. Like whatever is your thing that is your weak point, people will help you because you show off your weakness.
As long I think so with all that being said, if you want to do content, whatever, like cross-platform, whatever, just be yourself at that point, Don't try to to sound different. Don't try to do something different. Just be yourself. And as I said, there's people the people will watch. Many of them won't care, but there's some of these people that will say, oh, I like that guy, I like that person, and they will follow. Look, I mean, even if you think about like what's going to happen after you posted your first video, it's like, oh, is the people going to like, or is the people going to comment? Bro, when I did my first video, I got like 15,000 views, 300 likes.
Holy shit.
Because I was super authentic on that first one.
Yeah.
And then I started to make like more content about my trading stuff and think, because I want to show people the truth about it. And I want, because you know all about the influencers and all those stuff, like selling courses and stuff. So I just want to be like a bit more like professional, and I want to show a little bit like what is finance, the finance world, like really like deeper in day trading, because there's many like forms of investing, and the day trading one is a really hard one. But whatever. Sometimes I do feel like my voice is different when I speak on the camera, because I'm thinking of what I'm saying. So we come back to the point of, you know, just going with the flow and being authentic.
Yeah, by the way, we're not scripted at all. Like we're following a direction, but this is like a free conversation.
Oh yeah, it is completely free, bro. Sometimes I don't even think right now. It's just I came up here after the gym, obviously, and we didn't prepare anything. So
yeah.
But this is what, bro. We've been talking for almost an hour now.
Yeah, 51 minutes.
See.
Yeah, so I think that because I actually have a good story about this. So I was with my two friends who also are doing social media. Some people, a lot of people actually know who they are. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, I can say their name. Chefs of Sweden and Momo in Sweden we were. And there's this other guy that also has been doing social media. And he comes in and you know immediately he starts talking to me, you know, he just comes up to me. He's like, yeah, you know, you did that podcast, but I think that I could have done it a little bit better, you know, because I'm like this and I'm like that and you didn't think about that. And I was just sitting there listening. And then I asked, okay, why haven't you been doing it? He's like, oh, I tore my bicep, bro. And then I was like, well, what the fuck does a bicep have to do with your podcast? You know, and he just continued with excuses. And I got more and more bugged about it. After a while, we stand, like me, Momo, and Malcolm, Chefs of Sweden, we stood and spoke. And I heard him, he was from on the other side of the room. And he was like, nobody really knows me. Nobody really knows us, you know. Like, they think they know us from social media, but they don't really. And I looked at him, I was like, that's it, bro. That's why you will never succeed, because your audience don't really know you. And I think it's a defense mechanism that people do when they do social media, because if you are your true self, when people drop hate and they comment, it is actually about you.
Yep.
You cannot say, oh, that's only YouTube me. That's social media me. There is no defense from you. If you put yourself out there and you are yourself and people drop a mean comment, that's gonna actually hit you.
Yeah, see, sometimes when people say, oh, we're seeing like someone making content creation, and they say, oh, but he's playing a personage, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's playing a role. So maybe, like these people are doing like really like entertaining stuff, you know? I don't know, like I don't have any example right now, but if you do like, it's all about, you know, funny stuff, or people that do kitchen stuff, you know? Maybe they get into a role and they will put a little bit more effort into like this type of emotions in the video or whatever, but at the end these people are like this, you know. They're their self. And I found out that on my videos, when I talk about trading, like really serious stuff, I can be serious, but I don't feel 100% like me. So you see, when I did a video about the Vietnamese coffee, and that one went super well. In 2 days I did 10K views, which is super good for me. And on that one, I'm going a little bit crazy, you know.
Instagram?
Yeah, and I go a little bit crazy on that one, but this is me. I am crazy, you know. I am a little bit stupid. So even though I do day trading and I can live off of it, now, so when I'm trading, I'm serious. I'm in my stuff, you know. But I'm not filming that because I'm working. So when I'm trying to talk about like, I did a video about the gold crash, which is like the best video I made in terms of views and everything. I did the video about the gold crash, and it did crash like a few days after that, which is like a really good thing for me because I like predicted, you know. And that one went well. And I'm serious in that video, but I am myself serious. I'm not like trying to be serious for the video, you know. I was really like genuinely thinking about that crash and all the information, the research I've received from my mentor and the research I've made myself. So I was confident about that. So I didn't have to write it. It was like going with the flow.
Yeah.
So I think really like the base of being yourself is that you don't think, you don't write anything,
Yeah.
you don't read anything, you just go. And maybe you won't get it for an hour, you know, maybe your idea, you can develop it, and then you just keep on going on your day, and then at some point in your day you're like, oh, it's clear now.
Yeah.
And then you record it.
Yeah,
So yeah, you be yourself.
Also, I believe that this is pretty obvious, but I'm still gonna say it because in the context, I think it's relevant. You are not the same person to your mom as to your bro, right?
100%.
You talk different, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing when when I speak to the camera. Sometimes I can be a little bit, you know. Now I learn to filter. I learn to mellow myself down. I'm not gonna say always what I'm thinking because I know I'm gonna hurt a lot of feelings. But starting out, it was a mirror. So I was speaking to myself. Now, obviously, I needed to adjust that because I'm kind of harsh with myself. So I can't be that harsh. I can't say that certain things makes you a loser because I think that about myself because I'm gonna hit a lot of other people, right?
Yeah.
So you need to learn that. But also, like, when I'm with you, they get to see a certain version of me. When I'm with different friends, they get to see a different person. And I think that's really important to understand that, yeah, of course, if you meet me in reality, you're not going to meet the exact same person who's holding the camera. And this is something really interesting, actually. I found out, or I figured out that a lot of people watching my content actually know me a lot better than many of my close friends who don't watch my content, or even family who don't watch my content. Because when I'm in reality, I'm not an extrovert. I'm more interested in listening to you. So I'm asking questions and I'm listening and trying to get the best out of you. But when I'm recording a video, of course I gotta be extroverted, right? So a lot of people will know, like, I realized my uncle got to know me through my YouTube channel because it was very obvious that he had no idea who I was. Like, of course he knows me, he knows me when we're a kid. But man, you never listened to me speak once. I never told you anything about what I thought about anything once. I listened to you because you were my uncle. You were up there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I realized, holy shit, like now all of a sudden he's super interested and he's sending me advice and, you know, all of that.
So that's funny that you say that because you know, I've been trading for 5 years, and I remember in my first year, obviously I was stupid as hell. You know, I had money and I was not taking the game seriously. I didn't understood how hard it is. So the first 2 years I was like, yeah, I'm day trading, you know, I was more flexing about it than anything, but I was not really like putting in the work.
Yeah.
And I remember the you know, like friends of a friend of my father, or I mean friends, family, whatever, you know, like the people like that we know, you know, let's say, it wasn't really clear what I was doing. I was not really talking about it to my family. My friends knew, but then some people knew in my family and they were like not making fun of it, but they were like, that stupid idea.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, like,
you know, because everybody knew I was selling cars and making a bunch of money. And then I quit my job to do an online thing, you know. And at that point, 5 years ago, the online system was not like what it is now, you know. Now everybody knows like you can make money online and everybody wants to do it. But 5 years ago when I started, it was really like, what is he thinking? You know, they would not tell to me because they still my family. They want to encourage me and they're like they wish I'm winning in that. But I could hear the behind the scene, you know. And I remember a friend of my dad. I was in like the living room and they were in the kitchen, and I heard that he said, "Oh, is Steven is going back to work soon?" You know.
Oh yeah,
And-
I bet that lit the fire under your
And you
ass.
see, and all these little things it drove me to push even more. And now that I am, you know, like in Vietnam. And because, okay, I went in Asia for 3 months last year. I went in Europe 2 years ago for 6 months. And I didn't post anything at that point. I was not like on social media at all, even texting. I was not texting anybody. So nobody knew. But now that I am posting, even my family now are commenting like, oh, I'm glad you're doing this. And I'm proud that your things work, you know. So people now, they see what I'm doing, because it was super like, it was weird for them, you know. They didn't know. Like, you know, when you go to a family dinner or something, you know, people talk about their jobs, they talk about their family, they talk about their dog, you know, they talk about anything. And the question of oh, Steven, how's the job going, or what you do now? You know, are you still in school? Are you working? They were never asking because they didn't know. It was
Yeah.
it was like super mysterious, you know.
Yeah.
And if my family see this, I'm doing money with day trading now.
Yeah, that's
you know?
cool. That's super cool. It
So,
takes a lot of work to reach the point where you actually can sustain yourself.
It is pretty. Or even now, you know, sometimes I make money, sometimes I don't, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm managing myself, you know, so I don't go crazy on my expenses. I don't go crazy on anything. I'm living like under my ability. Let's say,
Yeah.
like living under my how you say that?
Yeah, I know what you're looking for. I can't find it either.
well-
Living below your means.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
that's what you
That's
say.
exactly that. And so yeah, I'm being careful, and but I don't I won't like if I want something I won't say, oh no, you know what.
No, we're living good, you know.
Yeah.
It's like for me as a YouTuber now, I make my money off. I think I make like at least 80% of my money from YouTube. Then I have a small other income, but it's like 80% from YouTube. But I can't move anywhere. Like I can live here I can live like a king, but I can't go anywhere. So I'm not completely there yet. Regarding the thing that when you shifted and people didn't think it made sense, I can relate to that because, you know, first off, my family loves me and they wish me all the best. So let's just be very clear about that. I am very blessed with my family. But I remember one time my brother told me, I hope everything works out for you. You know, there's a certain amount of luck to it, but I hope. And I was like, I almost got fucking pissed off. Luck? Bro, I'm unlucky every day and I'm lucky every day. I just hit that shit and I cannot see how it's luck. And for me, it was more so, well, your education, you put like 4 years into that shit and you come out the other end, you're gonna want luck when you try to apply to jobs because I know how many people don't get a job.
Yeah.
And for me, I was thinking, hey, you know, if I put in the same amount of hours, but I follow my passion, you know, across the same amount of time, for sure I'm gonna make it. And then like, my mother said, now she's also very, very supportive, but she had like, yeah, like actually, like she saw it like it's a certain time period, like it's a part of my life, and she was, yeah, and then maybe when you get older, you can find something to do then. And I was like, when I get older, why the fuck would I do anything different? You know, of course I'm gonna develop, but my channel is gonna develop with me, and maybe in 10 years I will only do the podcast thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I will sit down in a professional studio with a couple of guys the same age as me, laughing and joking and playing around, you know, but doing like the Joe Rogan thing. Who knows? But I don't see why there would be any limitations to me doing this forever. And at first I was like going to explain it to her, but then I realized it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, she won't understand anyway.
I think she would understand. And also, here's the thing, you know, when people say, did anyone ever doubt you? The thing is, nobody doubted me because my friends know my personality and they know that if they doubt me, we're no longer friends. Mm-hmm. And other people, you know, people you just meet, they're always respectful, you know. And they, you know, I don't know, I think it's the same for everyone, but when you meet somebody new, you're not going to tell them that their dreams aren't going to work out, you know. You
always wish the best, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so nobody ever doubted me, and that's kind of fun because that's not what you're supposed to say, but the truth is that my friends and family never doubted me because they know that shit would like be bad. You know, if you're my friend, you're no longer my friend. and my family, just blessed with a family. You know, just
yeah.
To be
Me
honest.
too. I have a super great family, honestly, like a big one though.
Yeah.
The European families in general, I think we have big families. You know, I have like 4 or 5 uncles and aunts, many cousins. You know, like only myself. I have a sister, I have a brother, so just there we're 3. Then my aunt, she has 3 kids as well. The other one, I have 3 as well too. I mean, yeah, we're a really big family.
Yeah.
So I went before coming to Vietnam. I went to Belgium. It was the 80 years old of my grandmother, and so
yeah.
it was like the event, you know. So all the family because I have people in France, I have people in Switzerland, I have people I think I have people in Italy. So everybody came back to Belgium for that event. So it was like the perfect timing for me to see everyone, so I don't have to go around Belgium.
That's perfect.
So, and this is only on my father's side because I have all my mother's side too, which is kind of big too, a little bit smaller. But my father's sides, bro, like the cousins and like the little cousins of them and the cousins of my grandmothers, like everybody's like super close. Even if we don't have the name, like the same names and everything, we're everybody's close. We were maybe 100 people in that little place, and this is only my father's side. But that was super nice though.
Yeah.
You know, to see everybody at once, so I don't have to go around to see people.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know what? I go there and I can see everybody at once. I can say hello to everyone. You know,
Yeah,
that was great. That was great. But yeah, we have, I think European families in general, we have really good values, and we're super like the family thing is super important for us. And yeah, we have great families.
Do you believe that a lot of people are like motivated because maybe some family members doubted them and they feel like, I'm gonna go on my journey and then I'm gonna come back a couple of years later and be a new person, and I will show them?
I don't know. I think this is actually what I'm doing indirectly, because, you know, everybody in my family, they all have like, they work, you know, they have family, they're like the basic life, you know, like the normal life. And I think I am the only one that is like going around doing something weird, like something we don't know actually. And so yeah, obviously, bro, at the moment I can't say like I am really like winning at this game.
Yeah.
I'll come back and then show them what it is.
Yeah.
And they will know now what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'll be proud of it, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's not like I don't want to flex on my family. I just want to show them, because I know they don't really know. It's like it's kind of weird for them, you know.
Yeah.
I'm doing day trading. I'm investing on gold.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of hard to understand what you don't understand. In my experience now, there are a lot of people before that I wanted to prove wrong, or I wanted to, like my enemies, or the people I competed against, you know. But you know, the further I got, I just forgot about them.
Yeah, I think it's the best way of making yourself happy and get to your things, because if you always think about like, it's like another goal, it's like a side quest, you know.
Yeah.
So if you have too many side quests, you won't be able to get to that point. So just focus on one thing, do it, and then whatever people say, whatever you think, you know,
Yeah.
fail, win, you know, it's part of the game.
It's also like a mind thing, you know. If you're doing it to come back to a person and prove them wrong, maybe you're not playing your own game. Maybe you're playing their game.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I heard that before.
Yeah. So I think it's a very important thing, you know, to keep in mind. So this was a really cool discussion and conversation. I appreciate it a lot.
Pleasure,
Hopefully we can do one more.
We can do as many as you want, bro.
All right,
Nice.
cool, man.
We have a great view. We're chilling.
Yeah, they don't even get to see the view because we have the lighting this way.
Too bad.
Yeah, well, please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you appreciate the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you, Steven.
Peace.